Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. Everything looks normal. The sun rises. Cars fill the streets. People hurry to work. But the moment you step outside, you freeze. The air itself has changed. All around you, the world is filled with glowing waves. Delicate ribbons of light flow through the sky. Invisible curves wrap around buildings. The moon leaves a shimmering trail across the heavens. Even your own body is surrounded by a faint, pulsating field. Gravity has become visible. Not stronger, not weaker, simply visible. At first, everyone thinks it's an optical illusion. Videos flood the internet. Millions capture strange glowing lines bending around trees, cars, mountains, and people. Within minutes, scientists confirm the impossible. The force that has silently controlled the universe for nearly 14 billion years can now be seen with the naked eye. The discovery changes everything. For centuries, gravity was only something we could measure. We could feel it pulling us toward Earth. We could calculate it, predict it, but no human had ever actually seen it. Until today, as the hours pass, the patterns become even more incredible. Around every person, a tiny web of curved light gently follows every movement. Children laugh as colorful streams ripple behind them while they run. Birds leave elegant spirals in the air. Airplanes carve enormous glowing tunnels across the sky. Nothing moves without bending gravity. The entire world suddenly looks alive. Then night falls, and humanity witnesses something unforgettable. The stars are no longer isolated points of light. They are connected. Invisible rivers of gravity stretch from one star to another, forming an unimaginably vast cosmic web. The Milky Way transforms into a living network of glowing filaments. Galaxies appear connected across millions of light years. For the first time, people realize space isn't empty. It has always been woven together by invisible threads. Now, those threads are shining. Tourists gather in deserts and mountaintops. Photographers struggle to capture what their eyes can barely comprehend. The night sky becomes more beautiful than anyone imagined. But while the public is mesmerized, scientists become deeply concerned. Because they notice something strange. Gravity isn't just visible around planets and stars. There are places where gravity twists violently. Invisible whirlpools appear in the middle of empty space. Some float high above Earth's atmosphere. Others drift silently through the solar system. Nothing visible exists inside them. No planets, no asteroids, no black holes. Yet gravity is bending there, as if something enormous is hiding from the universe. Then, one of those invisible whirlpools begins moving. Not randomly, directly toward Earth. And for the first time, humanity realizes. Perhaps gravity was invisible for a reason. Because once you can finally see it, you also begin seeing things that were never meant to be seen. The mysterious whirlpool continues moving. Slowly, silently. No spacecraft detects it. No telescope sees an object. Only gravity gives away its existence. For the first time in history, humanity realizes that gravity can exist, without anything visible creating it. Scientists rush to investigate. Every observatory on Earth focuses on the strange distortion. The measurements are astonishing. The gravitational field is stronger than an entire mountain, yet there is absolutely nothing there. No light, no heat, no radiation, just invisible mass. Then, more distortions begin appearing. Hundreds, thousands. Across the solar system, the empty space between planets is no longer empty. It is filled with hidden rivers, vortices, and invisible currents of gravity that have always surrounded us. We simply never knew they existed. The universe suddenly looks alive. Every planet drags enormous glowing streams behind it. Jupiter dominates the solar system. Its gravity stretches millions of kilometers into space like glowing golden tentacles. Saturn's rings create elegant waves that ripple through spacetime. Even tiny asteroids leave delicate trails as they travel through the darkness. Then, people look at the moon. Every night, Earth and the moon are connected by a shimmering bridge of curved gravity. As the moon orbits, that bridge twists, tightens, and relaxes like an enormous elastic thread. For the first time, humanity can actually see the force creating the tides. Schools stop using old diagrams. Students simply walk outside and watch gravity in action. Physics is no longer something learned from books. It's written across the sky. But the greatest surprise comes when astronomers point their telescopes toward the sun. They expect to see gravity radiating evenly in every direction. Instead, they witness something breathtaking. The sun is sinking into an enormous glowing valley. Spacetime itself appears bent inward, like a giant sheet stretched by an invisible weight. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, all orbit inside that vast depression. For the first time, Einstein's theory isn't just proven, it's visible. Space itself isn't flat, it's flowing, moving, breathing. Then, astronauts aboard the International Space Station report something extraordinary. Without Earth's atmosphere, gravity is even clearer. They describe brilliant luminous waves stretching endlessly across the solar system. Some flow peacefully around planets. Others collide like ocean currents. Entire storms of gravity crash into one another, creating ripples that race across millions of kilometers. Humanity has spent centuries believing space was silent. Now, it resembles a cosmic ocean. Every planet creates waves. Every moon leaves a wake. Every star stirs the fabric of reality. Then, the impossible happens. One morning, all those beautiful streams suddenly change direction. Every gravitational current, from Earth, to Jupiter, to the distant stars, begins pointing toward the same place. Not toward the sun, not toward the center of the Milky Way, toward a single point in deep space. A point where nothing should exist. Scientists calculate its position. Their faces turn pale. Something unimaginably massive has just entered our galaxy. And for the first time, because gravity is now visible, humanity can actually watch it coming. The object is still invisible. No telescope can photograph it. No spacecraft can detect it. Yet every gravitational current in the solar system bends toward the same point. It's as if space itself has begun flowing. Scientists calculate the object's mass. The result is impossible. Not the mass of a planet. Not the mass of a star. Not even the mass of a black hole. Something far larger is warping spacetime across light years. Then, the first gravity storm arrives. Without warning, the glowing lines surrounding Earth begin to vibrate. At first, they ripple gently, like wind moving through tall grass. Then the waves grow stronger. The invisible fabric of space begins trembling. People across the world stop in confusion. Cars seem to feel slightly heavier, then lighter, then normal again. Ocean tides fluctuate by centimeters within minutes. Pendulums swing unpredictably. Atomic clocks fall out of perfect synchronization. Nothing catastrophic, yet, but gravity itself is fluctuating. Astronauts aboard lunar missions report an unforgettable sight. Looking back toward Earth, they no longer see a smooth gravitational field. Instead, our planet is surrounded by gigantic luminous waves. Each pulse races across space, passing through the Moon, through Mars, and beyond. The solar system has become an ocean, and something enormous has dropped into it. Then, the sun reacts. Its gravitational field begins oscillating. Bright golden streams twist around the star like colossal whirlpools. Mercury's orbit shifts ever so slightly. Venus drifts by only a few kilometers. Tiny changes, but enough to terrify every astronomer alive. Because if gravity can fluctuate, then nothing in the universe has a guaranteed orbit anymore. The beautiful glowing patterns that fascinated humanity only days ago are becoming violent. Gravity no longer looks like elegant ribbons. It looks like a storm. Massive waves collide between planets. Invisible whirlpools open and vanish. Entire regions of space seem to breathe. Then, something truly impossible appears. A beam, not made of light, not made of particles. A perfectly straight column, composed entirely of visible gravity. It stretches across millions of kilometers, connecting the mysterious object directly to Earth. The beam doesn't burn, it doesn't explode, it simply pulls. Every glowing gravitational line on Earth begins pointing toward it. Trees, buildings, mountains, even people. For a brief moment, everyone can actually see their own gravity stretching toward the sky. Humanity watches in silence. Not because they're afraid, because they're witnessing something no civilization has ever seen, the architecture of the universe itself. Then, the beam disappears. Everything becomes still again, the storms fade, the glowing rivers calm. Scientists breathe a sigh of relief. Perhaps it was over. Then the James Webb Space Telescope sends one final transmission. The mysterious object has finally become visible, not because it emitted light, because it is bending gravity so violently that space itself forms its outline. The image leaves every scientist speechless. It isn't a planet, it isn't a star, it isn't a black hole. It's a structure, a perfectly symmetrical structure, larger than our entire solar system. And it appears to have been built. The image spreads across every screen on Earth. At first, people think it's fake. It doesn't resemble anything nature could create. Perfect, symmetrical, almost mathematical, a colossal structure, floating in deep space. Larger than the solar system. Visible only because gravity now reveals its outline. There are no engines, no lights, no moving parts. Yet every gravitational current in the galaxy bends toward it. For centuries, humanity believed gravity was simply a force. Now, it appears to be something that can be engineered, something that can be shaped. Scientists compare the structure to no known object. Not a Dyson sphere, not a ringworld, not even a black hole. Its geometry is impossible. Every curve, every angle, every spiral exists only to redirect gravity itself. It isn't a machine, it's a gravitational engine. Then, the impossible becomes undeniable. The glowing streams surrounding Earth begin changing. They no longer move randomly. They reorganize themselves, like iron filings aligning around a magnet. Every planet, every moon, every asteroid, every star, becomes connected through an unimaginably vast web. For the first time, humanity sees the true shape of the universe. Galaxies are not isolated islands. They're connected by gigantic rivers of gravity stretching across millions of light years. Every black hole acts like a knot. Every star is a thread. Every planet is a tiny vibration. The universe isn't empty space. It's a living network, and Earth is only one tiny strand. Then, the colossal structure activates. Not with sound, not with light, with gravity. A single pulse travels through the cosmic web. Humanity watches it move, across the moon, past Mars, through Jupiter, beyond Neptune, across interstellar space. The pulse races through the Milky Way like a ripple across an endless ocean. Every galaxy in the distance answers. One after another, millions of glowing gravitational waves echo back. The universe is responding. Scientists realize something breathtaking. Gravity isn't just holding the universe together. It's carrying information. The entire cosmos behaves like one enormous nervous system. Stars, black holes, galaxies, all exchanging signals through the fabric of spacetime itself. Then, the structure begins disappearing. Not because it leaves, because it was never actually there. It existed in dimensions humanity could never perceive, until gravity became visible. The glowing currents slowly fade. One by one, the beautiful rivers of light vanish from the sky. Earth's invisible gravitational field becomes invisible once again. The stars return to normal. The universe looks exactly as it did before. People celebrate. Life continues. But humanity has changed forever. Because for one extraordinary day, we didn't just see gravity. We saw the hidden architecture of reality itself. And perhaps, the greatest mystery wasn't that gravity became visible. The greatest mystery was realizing the universe had always been alive. We simply couldn't see its heartbeat.